Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us at today's town hall. First of all, I would like to share some information about our main hospital, including commonly requested phone numbers on your screen. So please take note of this information. This information should be updated regularly on our websites. If you have any concerns regarding any of these numbers, do not hesitate to reach back out and let us know. Today's Veterans Town Hall also highlights our Kankakee CBOC. The Kankakee CBOC, located in Bourbonnais, Illinois, serves 85 to 100 veterans daily. The clinic offers primary care, telehealth, vascular clinic, home-based primary care, audiology, physical therapy, and much more. Veterans in need are also encouraged to stop by our Kankakee's free micro food pantry, which is open year-round during regular business hours. You'll find the Kankakee CBOC contact information on your screen. If you have any specific questions, please comment below or send us a Facebook message and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Next, I would like to share with you online ordering of CPAP machines. Veterans who rely on continuous positive airway pressures, or better known as CPAP machines, can now order them online through a seamless ordering experience. This VA online ordering system grants a generous 60-day window to finalize and submit orders, providing a flexible approach to ordering CPAP supplies. To place an order, veterans should have their shipping address and email address handy, as well as information about CPAP machines. Once a veteran successfully submits an order, they'll receive a confirmation message. Orders will typically arrive within 7 to 10 business days. If you are a veteran who uses a CPAP machine, I highly encourage you to take advantage of this readily available online tool. That now concludes my opening remarks, and now I will turn it over to Mr. Adam Budasov for today's safety story. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morris. My name is Adam Budasov. I'm the High Reliability Organization lead here at Hines. We tell safety stories at the start of our meetings to ensure that staff are always thinking about safety. Today's safety story involves a community fire department. So I want to thank Palos Fire Protection District and firefighter paramedic Ryan Card for assisting with sharing this safety story. So Palos received a phone call in the middle of the night regarding a structure that was on fire. They reported to the fire. The home had burnt down to the ground. Thankfully, the home was not occupied at the time. Nevertheless, it was a total loss. And so through the investigation, they saw construction horses on the exterior of the construction site that had been placed on top of an extension cord. So what happened is, whenever you put weight on an extension cord, it prevents the current from traveling through the cord, and it ends up heating up the cord and causing a fire. So this is relevant for this time of year. If you think about all the electric and lights that you see, and perhaps this is something you could share with others. The key takeaway is, if you have any extension cords, please don't put weight on them. And then also be mindful if you see it on a neighbor's property, that could be a risk to your own property as well. So that's our safety story for today. Next up is Dr. Michael Richardson, our Chief of Staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam, and welcome to our town hall. Today in my update, I want to talk, unfortunately, about COVID yet again. We are in our fall, coming into winter, and our COVID numbers, as you have heard in the county and in the state, are increasing. Certainly in the facility, we have an increasing number of COVID positive veterans, admissions, and also COVID positive staff. And as a result, from today, we are going to have to increase our vigilance and our preventive measures against COVID in terms of our masking and our visitation. At this time of the holidays, it is unfortunate that some of our visitation is going to be reduced, particularly in the long-term care areas, in the CLC and the SCI. We are stopping at the moment visitation except by pre-arrangement with the healthcare team. And that's because on those two areas, as in others, we have at the moment a COVID outbreak defined as 2 or more veterans or staff who are COVID positive at the time. While the outbreak continues, it will probably continue at least until December 24th, but hopefully we will be able to, with masking, with testing continually, be able to take them off the outbreak before the beginning of the year. The changes that we are going to do is to institute again masking requirements for everyone who is in the building having a clinical encounter. And this means on the units, in the waiting rooms of clinics, in the hallways as we transfer patients back and forth, masking is going to be required. And for the providers who are actually taking care of a patient in the room, we are going to ask for an N95 mask to be worn. In the hallways, in the waiting rooms, a surgical mask can be worn, an N95 mask can be worn also. There are ample amount of masks available, and so I'm going to ask veterans and their families as they come in to wait to grab a mask, put it on as you sit and wait for your care. The visitation change as well for the emergency room is going to be reduced, and we are going to have only one visitor that can go back into the ED treatment area with a veteran. In the past it was up to 2, but now we are reducing it to 1 because we want to decrease the chance of COVID spread from someone on the outside. Again, this is unfortunate to come at this time, but it is important that we get a handle and that we decrease the transmission of infection as much as we can at the moment, so that we don't continue into January and February when it will be even colder and the chances of indoor transmission will be higher. At the moment, we have 11 veterans who are positive, and that hopefully at the moment there are no veterans who are seriously ill because most of our veterans have been vaccinated. And anyone who thinks that they need a second vaccination, certainly the vaccination is available in the clinics or available on the main campus, and you can come and you can get that vaccination. Second update is to talk about our flu, which of course is continuing, and as you've heard, it is flu season. Thank you to all the veterans who have taken their flu. At the moment, the employees are all required to have flu vaccination, and we have a 92% acceptance already before the end, and we are making sure that we get to 100% of employees vaccinated against flu for this year. Again, in the effort to keep everyone safe, we also have a potential that veterans can get the RSV vaccination. Although fewer veterans would qualify, please speak to your physician, your primary care doc, to see if you are interested in getting and you may qualify for that. Last thing I want to say certainly is to remind veterans that the toxic exposure evaluations are continuing. Under the PACT Act, as you heard a few months ago, eligibility for care has been increased. We have toxic exposure evaluations that continue on, and that will continue. We have evaluated almost 40,000 veterans already from Hines, and certainly a few million in terms of the whole VA. So thank you all very much, and here's for a very safe and happy holiday. I know I'm going to ask Dr. Matthew Davis to come and talk to us about our mental health during the holidays.
Hi everybody, I'm a psychologist here at Hines, and I did want to talk about stress that we all experience in particular this time of year. So no matter what you're celebrating, if you're celebrating anything, this time of year is challenging. Even just the snow that's falling on the ground most years, maybe not this year, but the weather, all kinds of things can impact this time of year. And just want to talk about some tips and some ideas about what you can do to mitigate some of that stress. But let's talk about stress to start with, about just what it is. You know, I have patients all the time tell me that they don't have stress in their life. And it's frankly not true. Everybody has stress. You know, my favorite definition of stress comes from physics that talks about stress as any pressure exerted on an object. And so that just means anything going on in your life is going to be impacting you. The good, the bad, the neutral, anything that's coming in your way causes some aspects of stress. And that stress can impact both your mood, but also your physical health. And so it's important to think about some ways that you can handle it. So I wanted to just keep it simple, and so I came up with 5 things that you could do this time of year, but you can use these things all throughout the year as well. The first thing is, when we think about holidays, time with families, lots of other things, traditions, etc. going along, there's always a lot to do. And so my first tip is to do less. And do less means thinking about what are the things that you do every year just because you do them every year. Things that maybe you don't even enjoy, things that you don't have to do. Are there some things that you could cut back on? Are there some things that you could delegate to other people? I often put a lot of pressure on myself to be the one to cook, to be the one to maybe do some of the traditions and so on. But there's other people in my family or my friend circle that could do many of those things. So are there some things I could do less of? Then I also encourage you to do more as tip number 2. So what are the things that you could do more of? What are the things that you could do to take care of just yourself? Can you take a few minutes in your day to just sit quietly, to think about what's going on? Can you go for a walk? Can you do things that you enjoy? Keep some of your hobbies active, etc. in the times of year when it feels like we have to put everything else on pause. And then tip number 3, I have do the same. What are the things that you want to keep doing this time of year that you do all throughout the rest of the year? So some great examples of this are, what are the routines that you have? You know, eating the same foods throughout the holiday season that you would normally eat helps keep you regular, helps keep you feeling like yourself, give you the energy that you need, instead of snacking on all the things and all the treats that we have around. Tip number 4, acknowledge all your feelings. I think this is a really important one because the holidays mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And sometimes we have this mindset that we have to be joyous and nothing else during this time of year. Or other folks that have had losses or difficulties think that this is a time of year of remembrances or you know, more hurtful emotions and so on. But it's important to recognize that we're going to have all of that. And we're all complete people, and so we need to think about what are the good, the bad, the difficulties, the struggles, but also the happiness that we're experiencing, and allow ourselves to have all of those emotions. And then tip number 5 is just to breathe, to slow down every once in a while. Can you just take a second, think about what's going on in your life that you can be grateful for? No matter how difficult things are, it's important to just take a moment for yourself. And just one quick bonus tip, if you are struggling with stress this time of year and want to talk to somebody, come down to Hines, talk to your healthcare team, and we can definitely set you up with somebody to help you walk through some of these tips, as well as many other things that might help you this time of year. Thank you. And next up, we have Sonia is going to talk about the Women's Veteran Town Hall coming up.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Hello, everyone. I'm Sonia Ebel-Timmon, one of the lead peer specialists here at Hines VA. And I work primarily with women's patient experience. In conjunction with the Hines VA Women's Health Program, we are looking to cultivate a more welcoming environment for women veterans. And to do so, we want to hear from our women veterans. This year, we will be hosting 2 town hall meetings and several focus groups. Our first town hall meeting is scheduled for January the 16th. From 4:30 to 5:30 via Hines Facebook Live. Ladies, this is your opportunity to hear updates about what's happening with Women Veterans Services, to ask questions, and also receive feedback about women's services here at Hines and our clinics. Show up for January the 16th, as the next town hall is not scheduled till July. Our first focus group was held on December 5th at the Joliet Clinic. We received great feedback from the women who attended and have already begun action plans to target some of the ideas they had. The rest of the focus groups for this year have already been scheduled. Our next focus group will be scheduled for February 15th, 2024. It's going to be here at the Hines Main Hospital. We will also have a focus group May 14th, 2024 at the Hoffman Estates Clinic. And our final focus group will be held August 20th, 2024 at our Oak Lawn Clinic. If you are a woman veteran receiving services at either the Hines Hospital or clinics and would like to participate, please contact me at 708-202-8387, extension 227 or 01. Again, that extension is 22701. More information will be provided as we get closer to each date. And coming very soon on January the 2nd, we will be launching our Cafe Latte, a virtual coffee chat with the Women Peer Specialists, where you can get information on new programming, share ideas. Ladies, we do not want things to happen about us without us. We are asking that you participate, and we will also launch our Hines Women Veteran newsletter to make sure you stay up to date on what's happening. Our next speaker will be Nikisha Brown, who will be talking about Patient Health and Wellness Library. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sonia. My name is Nikisha Brown. I work in the Patient Health and Wellness Library. We are located in Building 1, Room F145. Library hours are Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Our services that are offered, we have public computers. We just actually installed 5 new computers in May. We have health magazines and brochures, and we also have access to health information via the websites and also access to My Healthy Vet. Library staff is available to assist with basic computer tasks. We're also starting to set up a small training or learning or basic computer skills. We also assist with setting up My Healthy Vet accounts. And also we have good information on finding health information. Our main website to go to would be Veterans Health Library at va.gov. And for any additional questions, please contact us at 708-202-4154 or at hineslibrary@va.gov. Walk-ins are welcome, and there is no appointments that are needed. And up next, we will have Sarah Craner from Patient Advocate and Veteran Experience.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Craner, and I'm the Patient Advocate Program Manager here at Hines. We have had a very successful year with our Patient Family Advisory Council, and we're looking to recruit some new members that will assist us with continued progress. The Patient Family Advisory Council is comprised of Hines VA patients and/or caregivers who can advise and collaborate with our executive leadership to look at how change is implemented or to implement processes in order to help improve the veteran patient experience here at Hines. If you are a current Hines patient or caregiver of a veteran and have a desire to use your voice and experience for meaningful change, please contact me directly. My telephone number is 708-202-2465. Next, I would like to share our overall trust scores from the last 90 days as reported through the Veteran Signal Survey. The national trust score is currently at 91.4%. Vision 12 had a trust score above that national score, coming in at 93.4. I am so very proud to announce that the overall trust score for Hines from the last 90 days is greater than both the national and Vision scores at 94. I would also like to share just a few of the veteran compliments that we've recently received. Kudos can come to us in a variety of ways, through surveys, letters, and through the Patient Advocate Office. One veteran wrote in, MRI reception is great, and very friendly. Another compliment that was submitted stated, Hines staff have great customer service. They are polite, courteous, and helpful. All hospitals should be like Hines. And the last compliments that I'm going to share are for the optical shop, whose staff were described as being helpful and friendly, and for the pharmacy. A veteran wrote, all my years at Hines have been good with the pharmacy department. My prescriptions are always ready on time. Lastly, I just wanted to reiterate that we really do look at and appreciate veteran feedback. This information is very valuable to us and does help us to make system improvements. If you receive a survey by either mail or email, please take the time to complete these. Surveys are just one way that we obtain feedback. You can also submit a comment on askva.gov or connect with the Hines Patient Advocate Office, either by phone, in person, or by sending a secure message. Your voice matters. We want to know what we can do to continue to improve the care that you're receiving here at Hines. Thank you so much for your time. And next up is our religious services, and they're going to be providing some updates.
Good afternoon. I am Chaplain Rabbi Norman Lewison. I have served at Hines as a chaplain for the last 40 years. We are 10 chaplains, 9 male and 1 female. And even though we are listed under religious services, we actually support veterans and families by providing spiritual guidance and pastoral care to those who wish to receive it. Our services can help through difficult times such as an acute or chronic illness or at the end of life. We also provide regular public worship services for hospitalized veterans. VA chaplains are pastoral and healthcare specialists. We are aware of the spiritual needs which often arise from anxieties and fears that accompany illness, disabilities, and moral injury. Chaplains provide for the spiritual and emotional needs of the whole person in seeking health and peace of mind. The presence and function of chaplains in VA healthcare facilities are indicators that the Department of Veterans Affairs is sensitive to the patient's whole person, serving physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. I will be followed by Chaplain Imam Orhan Chetan.
Thank you. I stand here today as a representative of the dedicated chaplains at Hines VA Medical Center. I will talk about primary role of VA chaplains. In our crucial role, we prioritize providing comprehensive spiritual, emotional, and religious care to our patients. With profound respect for the journeys our veterans have undertaken, we offer pastoral care to both patients and their families. Our mission encompasses providing meaning, guidance, and support in decision-making, particularly during challenging end-of-life scenarios, including assistance with advanced directives. Ensuring the constitutional right to the free exercise of religion is our cornerstone of our service. We firmly believe in honoring the veterans' choices, tailoring our care to their individual beliefs and preferences. Grief and loss support, addressing medical ethical concerns, and facilitating communication between the care team, patients, and the families are integral aspects of our role. Central to our concern is the emotional welfare of our patients. In addressing emotional distress, we encounter a spectrum of emotions, from fear, anger, betrayal, anxiety, fractured relations, to guilt and self-forgiveness. Our purpose is to be a source of care, mending and healing for those who have served our nation. Recognizing the diverse ways patients define our role, we adapt to meet their unique needs. Our focus on the patient's relationship with God or a high power guides our provision of religious ceremonies and services, including prayer, meditation, and reading holy text. Last but not least, we are integral members of patient care team, and we actively participate in medical rounds and interdisciplinary meetings. So I'll be followed by Chaplain Father Philbert Nigualda. Thank you.
Hines Chaplain play a vital role in providing holistic support. We engage in spiritual discussions, we offer comfort, and address the diverse religious and existential needs of veterans. In addition to that, we have chaplains that are specialized in hospice and palliative care, who extend their role facilitating meetings, offering spiritual guidance, and providing empathic care for both patients and their families, ensuring a supportive environment during challenging end of life situations. Apart from supporting veterans and families and staff in the main hospital and extended care center, Hines Chaplain provides support in the mental health facility, leading daily and weekly groups in the acute mental health unit, and also providing group facilitation of groups in the recovery program in 2 North and the outpatient PTSD and spirituality group. And the chaplain team has chaplains with specialties in suicide prevention, mental health, and drug and alcohol abuse that attend to the specific needs of veterans struggling with emotional and religious challenges related to mental health. I'll be followed by Chaplain Pastor Jesse Soon.
Chapel service also provide a different worship service or religious service. We have a Catholic Mass, Protestant Christian service, and Jewish service, and Muslim service. On the same time, we have a daily reflection every morning. So I want you to join us regularly. Also, December 25th, Christmas, the day, we have a Christmas service, Christmas Mass, on 8:30 in the morning and 10 o'clock in the morning. So I encourage you to join us. In the end, I really want to say one thing for sure. If you have anything that chaplain can help about your spiritual need and spiritual crisis, please contact us or let us know. We are here to 24/7 to ready to serve you. So give us a call, 22531. Thank you very much. I'll be followed by Angela Morris for closing remarks.
All right, thank you so much for that presentation, all of the presentations. This holiday season, our hearts goes out to those veterans who wish that they could be with their families but are receiving quality care here at Hines. For these veterans, we have several events happening this month to bring holiday cheer. On Thursday, December 14th, 15 elementary and middle school students and 6 chaperones will be singing Christmas carols at 10 a.m. in our Community Living Center. And on Friday, December 15th, we will be hosting a holiday sing-along for staff and veterans in the main lobby from noon to 1 p.m. We hope you will join us for some musical holiday fun. Lastly, Do Good Incorporated will be wrapping gifts Saturday, December 16th from 8 a.m. until, I don't have the closing time, in Building 9 Auditorium. And those gifts will be distributed Wednesday, December 23rd to our inpatient veterans. Our development and civic engagement team is continuously looking for volunteers who would like to give back to our veterans this holiday season. So for more details, they can call 708-202-2938 or email renee.rouse@va.gov for more information. Thank you so much for your time today. And if you don't have any questions for us, please have a heart-filled holiday season. Thank you.